Yes, procedure.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the item has been called for laying by the Commissioner of Parliament. We have elected commissioners, both sides of the House. There have been changes in the final year of this House. The leader of the opposition is a member of the commission, and as you are aware, he has openly complained of being locked out of the parliamentary commission. And now I would like to ask you to confirm who is the commissioner designated by the opposition in the circumstances of the changes that has happened in this House in the last 1 year regarding the affiliations, and who I can approach as a member of the opposition to represent me on the commission in light of the fact that, one, the leader of the opposition is locked out, is denied, but also there is a vacancy, in my understanding, from the side of the opposition. I beg to get clarified on that matter, Mr. Speaker.
But Honorable colleague, the leader of opposition is a member of the parliamentary commission, and whenever he wants to attend meetings, whenever he's not available, he doesn't attend. But the Honorable Mpuuga is a member of the parliamentary commission from the opposition side. So I don't have any other useful information.
I was asking that question because if you look at the law that governs the Administration of Parliaments Act, once a member designated on the opposition changes political party, it is in the law the vacancy automatically occurs. I was asking in that respect.
And which party has he joined? Has he joined NRM? Yeah. Because me, I thought any party which is not NRM is an opposition party. I don't know, you can help me understand.
Mr. Speaker, when you
can lend us a few people, like how Jonathan, your party lent us, but you still remain opposition. I don't know.
I know we have lent as UPC, we have lent to you a member in the front bench, but this is a matter of law that I will invite your attention. Just for clarification, because this is a house of record, we still have other parliaments going to come, and we have the law that guides us. I just want to be sure that the house is moving in the right direction in that respect. So when maybe you retreat to your chambers, you can reflect a little bit and maybe inform us. Thank you.
I will just I'll consult and then I inform you. Okay? Yeah. So on a commissioner, stroke Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay on table the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the Makerere University's 19 projects under NOHED 2 program for the period ended 31st December 2024. I beg to lay, Right Honourable Speaker. And the reports are hereby laid.
Thank you, Honourable. The report is referred to the Committee on Public Accounts, Central Government, for consideration and reporting back. Next item.
Item 5 on the order paper. Motion for resolution of Parliament authorize government to borrow up to United States dollars 1,341 million from the International Development Association of the World Bank Group and receive grants worth United States dollars 308.3 million to finance the unlisted projects and programs.
So, Honourable Minister for Finance, we stood over.
Right Honourable Speaker, I happen to chair the PAC, and I've seen the volume of work you've pushed to the committee, and the period as you know it, difficult as it is, and a financial year, the audit year, will elapse in December. We shall have a new audit report. And when I look at really the number of audit report you've pushed, they are nearly going to 100, and fairly tall order in the circumstances. How would we, as the head of the institution, what time scale are you giving this committee to accomplish the work that Parliament is assigning to us? Because it's so critical, I wouldn't pretend on behalf of the committee that I have the capability to do a thorough job on given the time scale. So what time scale are you giving, given the fact that also the audit year ended in June? So how do you advise, as head of the institution, how we handle this volume that you are pushing to this committee?
Honorable colleague, of course we have a statutory deadline with regard to these reports. But I think what we do, let us retreat with your clerk. We look through this issue and we see how best you can be supported to handle your work. Yeah, that's what I can say for now. We need to go back, we put our heads together as a team, because it's not only about us or about you. I think once we work together, we'll find a way out and we'll do a thorough job. I thank you. Yes. Yes. Because I remember even Kosasi, how many have we sent to Park Central?
But like 95% of the reports have been sent to one committee, which is Park Central. Because as I've seen, there are like not more than 5 reports you've sent there.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, okay, let's go back, because Article 163(5) of the Constitution gives us only 6 months. Yeah. So let's go. We see the mechanisms we can have in place to ensure indeed we do our job. Thank you. Next item. Oh, Minister of Finance. Oh, they had already called item number 5. So, Minister of Finance, we stood over this item yesterday mainly because of the issue of the financing agreement. And said we need to hear from you today so that we know that the conditions that are part of the agreement, financing agreement, are known. And I'm sure you must have submitted this to World Bank must have shared with you. Is it? I just need to know. Members want to be reassured. And also I said the chair should look at it, the committee should look at it.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, yesterday I was not in the House. I was handling other duties in the ministry. However, this morning when I came back, I found an invitation by the chairman of the Committee of National Economy asking us to appear before the committee to resolve the outstanding issue which you have just raised surrounding the financing agreement for the USMAID project, which we have negotiated with World Bank. And Mr. Speaker, I appeared before the committee and I laid the copy of the financing agreement to the committee. With your guidance, I can lay the same copy to the House, Mr. Speaker.
Please do.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay a copy of the financing agreement titled Uganda Cities and Municipalities Infrastructure Development Operations between Republic of Uganda and the International Development Association of the World Bank. I hereby lay, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. Are you satisfied because you had raised issues as a committee?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues, honorable members of Parliament. Yesterday we stayed over this issue because the committee was not satisfied with the documents that had been presented to the committee. But I'm happy to report that this morning, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, State in charge of general duties, appeared before the committee and clarified the issue that was queried by the members. I would therefore request that this House considers the motion as it was laid, that we pass a resolution for government to borrow up to 1,341 million from the International Development Association of the World Bank and receive a grant of 328.3 million to finance NUSAF 4, Dr. Deep, ULAN, PIM Plus, and Uchmid.
Thank you. Colleagues, I now put the question that the motion. Yes, Honorable Jonathan.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday before this issue arose, we did not have the opportunity to comment on the report. I want to just proceed. It was not debated. I thought the people who had commented were enough. Now we'll allow one. Only one. Thank you. And my concern is briefly that when government conceives projects, I think the government needs to be honest in the scope of this project. I want to point out the issue of NUSAF, which has the name Northern Uganda Social Action Fund. But when you look at the beneficiaries, the coverage is wide outside what we know traditionally as Northern Uganda. And yet when it comes to other projects, which are entitled differently, they do not allow any space of beneficiaries from Northern Uganda. I can cite so many of that. So I thought at this time, if this is a social action fund and the intention is to cover the whole country, and I have no problem with that, the name of Northern Uganda should not be used. The name of Northern Uganda should not be used. Let's have Uganda Social Action Fund, then you can bring all the districts and put it there. But to borrow a lot of money in the name of Northern Uganda and then send only 10%, and then most of the monies are eaten here in the OPM. We have records of how money of Northern Uganda was abused here in Kampala without people of the North receiving it. So I thought that that should be a very strong point that the government should take. If you do not like those from the Northern Uganda, do not borrow in their name. If you borrow in their name, send all the money to the North so that we can benefit. I thank you.
Thank you. That's a very, very strong point. Colleagues, I put the question that the motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize the government to borrow up to USD 1,341 million from International Development Association of the World Bank Group and receive grants worth USD 328.3 million finance the under-listed projects and programs be approved by this House. Those in favor say to the content. The ayes have it. Thank you. But that's a very, very critical point raised by Honorable Jonathan Odur, just to do with the name. Let's not reopen this.
Right Honorable Speaker, I tabled a report here where we audited so many of these projects, Dr. Deep, NUSAF, and Parliament adopted a resolution, which is in implementation, is that a lot of government agencies, for example, when you look at Dr. Deep, they are going to do roads and do everything, but you have a ministry responsible and with the capability to do roads. You have a ministry responsible to do water. And you'll find now another ministry of doing water. So the way these projects are aligned with the competences in various. And when you did RAPEX, isn't it high time? For example, we realized that Dr. Deep is a very good project, But if you read our report and the Auditor General's report on the capability of the OPM to do the work, is nearly non-existing. Therefore, my procedure point, which is very critical, in the method of execution, as we borrow, you want information? Okay.
Thank you very much, my senior comrade. I just wanted to raise this information. Much as Dr. Deep handles infrastructure, supports rehabilitation of roads, construction of these facilities, the mode, how it's done, it's that money is transferred to the district. And it is the local government that does the procurement and the constructions of, or not OPM. OPM does not implement that. I just wanted to give you that information.
Right Honorable Speaker, much as I'm receiving that information, I've had an opportunity to sit in a room with the implementers of these projects. And I now know how they work. Unless we clarify and be clear, let the Ministry of Water handle all water-related matters. Ministry of Works and Infrastructure does the infrastructure. Whether it's going to do the roads and do everything, let us streamline government. Otherwise, it's going to be business as usual. The impact will nearly be zero. We are receiving grants, and the impact will not be there. And that was the recommendation that we adopted by Parliament when we presented these reports. And I see we are back to square one.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Chivumbi, you know, when we present reports of the Auditor General and the recommendations are adopted, we wait for the Treasury Memorandum. Now, it's that Treasury Memorandum which shows the action that has been taken. So I haven't received it to know whether the resolution as adopted was implemented. So let us wait, we interrogate, and we see. But it's a very good point for noting, and I hope government which has been pushing for RAPEX consider this. This is all about RAPEX that we've been talking about. Okay? Next item.